to box tackle.
Anthony Joshua, heavyweight champion of the world, coming in here to Madison Square Garden.
From football to basketball to tennis and boxing, if it's got a scoreline, we've got it covered. From the stadium to the studio, from the touchline to the headlines, this is where every fan belongs. Welcome to Sports City. Join the team, join the talk, join the city. Only on Mainland 98.3 FM, where passion meets play.
That would be a moment of immortality that could never be taken away from Tᴏɪᴛᴛ
of Lagos. You're listening to Mainline 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
this love. This love will open up the door straight to heaven. Yeah. And it's not the heaven that we know, the heaven that we're longing to go. This love, I'm talking about this love. This love, I'm talking about this love. This love that we've got is something good to sing about this love. And there's no denying I got a love that's flying high in the sky. And all this love that we feel, it's something that is really real, this love. And there's no denying I feel mighty good and high in the sky. This love, I'm talking about this love. This love, I'm talking about this love. This love, I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love. This love that we've got is mighty good and nice and hot. This love, yeah. And there's no denying I got a love that's flying high as the sky. This love, I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love. This love, I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love. I'm talking about this love.
The Super Eagles have soared. They are now flying.
Hey sports lovers, are you ready to experience sports like never before? Then make it a date with Sports City on mainland 98.3 FM, the ultimate destination for every true fan. As we break down the biggest stories, dissect the drama, and serve the freshest takes from the world of sports. With Ken Ochonogo every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. And don't miss our blockbuster Super Sunday Sports Edition 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. for live analysis, post-match reactions, fan calls, and debates that hit harder than the center-back's tackle.
Anthony Joshua, heavyweight champion of the world, coming in here to Madison Square Garden.
From football to basketball to tennis and boxing, if it's got a scoreline, we've got it covered. From the stadium to the studio, from the touchline to the headlines, this is where every fan belongs. Welcome to Sports City. Join the team, join the talk, join the city. Only on mainland 98.3 FM, where passion meets play.
That would be a moment of immortality that could never be taken away from ⴶ
And then, yeah, I know you guys will still, call into the show and you're asking us questions. We're going to ask you questions based on the World Cup, but your perception that has happened. We have 2.5 hours to go. It is Sports City. It is live. And then I'm Ken Ochonogo. I'm here. The house is full. Jimmy Kato. Jimmy is in the house. Jimmy.
To be here and post World Cup, I think it's really a good time to be here to banter, to be here to, as much as possible, get all the Messi lovers, Messi fans talking.
Say cool, they catch your mouth because in a way they call Messi lovers maybe doesn't. Messi is the MVP of the World Cup now. He didn't just borrow Rodri, Catalan.
So
Catalan
in borrow Rodri.
Oh my goodness, Ken. It's good. It's good to be back. Another 2.5 hours to talk sports.
Yes, sir.
What we love. And Messi, the World Cup. I said it here 3 weeks ago.
Why are you going to tell his opinion?
I've never been dishonest on this show.
I've
never been dishonest on this show. 3 weeks ago, Ken. 3 weeks ago, I said something here.
Yeah.
You asked who I thought was going to make it to the finals. I didn't say Argentina. I said Spain. I said Spain are the best, if not the most tactically gifted team coming into this World Cup. Although I was sat on this seat where I am right now, Jimmy was where he was, and she's probably listening. And well, you were here, and two of you attacked me on this set. What do I mean? You look at what they play against Cape Verde. Blah, blah, blah. See,
how we say Babatin?
Hey, Ken is here now. He will back me up. Even Rio is here because I brought it up again last week. Me, I will draw people and enter my matter. But the bottom line is this, yeah. We saw a 39-year-old Lionel Messi in what was probably his last ever World Cup.
Yeah.
And he put up a performance that was worthy of note, playing up until the finals of the World Cup. And he was very, very impressive. Although in the finals, they were blown away by the Spaniards, and I really cannot blame them because the Spaniards is what they know how to do. Coming into this World Cup, we talked about this multiple times. These guys have played the first 9 matches of their qualifiers. They did not concede a single goal. There are certain players in the Spanish team that for the last 49 games, as the build-up to the World Cup final, they have never tasted defeat. They are a very, very, very balanced squad, whether we like it or not. And one of the other favorite teams in the World Cup was France. Unfortunately, they ended up finishing 4th. But what did the French team and the Spanish team have in common, Ken? Both managers took over. They took over at youth level. They took over at youth level. De La Fuente coaching Spain up until the finals. If you hear that man's story, you begin to ask how exactly did it happen, because he wasn't among the highest ranked coaches in the country. Nobody really knew who he was. Yes, he was a decent coach. He had taken a couple of UEFA classes where he had trained other coaches, including Lionel Scaloni, who walked into one of his classes in 2012, where he was, in 2015, sorry, where De La Fuente was one of the professors that actually took those classes. But he was relatively unknown. But Mikel Merino, Oyarzabal, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Unai Simon, 3 players that were with him when he won the European Under-19 Championship. So this is a man that has worked with these players from when they were kids. He knows every single one of them. He understands their origins. He understands their love for their country and how they want to perform. And it was no mistake when he led them to the finals, Ken, and of course winning the World Cup.
Yeah, it wasn't a mistake. They call him the prof. But then even in the house today, we have Nelson Ine is joining us. Man, he knows how to talk about the MPFL because we are going to hold him at the jugular. There is no way about it. And then joining us from home, joining us outside, joining us from the diaspora and outside the diaspora. Yomi Kuku is right there. Dariason is right there. And then our special guest also, we have, the COO of the league himself. We call him Okada. He not the ball. The guy they play playboy player. Chief Davidson Owumi, and when you want to speak grammar, you're going to say in good school. Okay. Nelson, just say hi before we bring in other guys in there.
Ken, good afternoon. Good afternoon, listeners. It's nice to be with you on this program. I think we are going to have an exciting moment for the period. Thank you.
As Nelson voice don't resemble one presidential candidate. It's very quiet. Okay.
So stop that. I will not take that from you.
Yeah, stop it. Okay. Nelson is he's an executive director with the GTI, and also is the project director of the MPFL. So that is why anything you want to talk about the MPFL, that is why he is here today. Before we go to Dari and also Yomi, let us go to Davidson Owumi, my guy. Hello. Davidson, welcome. Okay, Davidson will join us soon back. Okay, let's take on Yomi briefly. Yomi, how are you? Romi Nodi. Okay. Is Dari there? Okay. All right. We'll bring them back. Yomi is back. Okay, let's take Yomi briefly for a few minutes, just 2 minutes. Hello, Yomi. How are you? What did they happen?
No network for Canada.
Did they hear you? Yeah. When he come back on here, you go answer.
Yomi is my guy.
Yomi is your guy.
But right now, no network for Canada.
All right. Today we are busy. Okay, who is there? Yomi. Okay, Yomi is back. Hello, Yomi. What did they happen? When you don't ready, making the shift. Because there is sometimes it's on when this we started having all this mobile thing. It gets some villages that when you go, you need to climb on top of the tree.
Yes.
The higher you go, before you meet network. So probably say
I say Dr. Rio live for village during that period because in the way you said yes,
he concur. When you speak truth need they hide. When you speak the truth, that what you will go do. So we are going to have a lot of fun. There are stories going on. Jimmy calls it the silly season, where we are hearing that Arsenal want to sign Vinny. Somebody told me that it's not as if Arsenal cannot sign Vinny, but do they need to take a loan to pay his salaries? I don't know. So
wow. Wow.
So
I'm sure you are not doing this for I'm trying to choose my words really.
Choose your words. I'm not. Okay, who is back? Yomi is back. Everybody's back. All right, there's everybody is there. Let us go back to Chief Davis Nwumi. Hello, my guy. Hello. Okay, so is Solu there? Network down. So what is happening today now? The network is not moving on. Oh. We just have to do something. Do we have any juju man around? Somebody that can.
The only one I know is the one that was in Ghana during the World Cup. And he was very ineffective.
But he had Hurricane couldn't score. He had Hurricane. Hurricane couldn't score against Ghana.
Why didn't he help the Black Stars? Now he wanted to come and help with our network. Someone that could not give the Black Stars network.
No, but there are some rainmakers and rain holders that if they don't want rain to fall, they will hold it. They will hold it.
The way Dr. Rio said yes again.
No, you never live for village. If you have lived in the village, you will understand that yes, that they go hold rain, they go to make you no fall. I have seen two rainmakers go to war. You understand? One of them, taught the other one how to do the job. That one is apprentice. Then the guy now went behind him to go and take the job. So when he now found out,
Pep and Ateta.
Good. When he now found out, he now went to the venue and told them that are you guys are doing something? Why did you come to meet me that you don't want rain to fall? They now said we already have one. He said this one. So at the end of the day, he said okay, we want me to. They now appeal to him. He now said okay, fine. For them, they will also they have two rainmakers now, so they will as they are paying out, they will pay him. But for them to know who is who, he now ordered rain to fall in that man's house. He said, if you know you can stop the rain, stop it in your house. The rain was falling in only his premises. In only his compound. Now then rain dey fall. See, the people will get the power, then get them. You understand?
You should come and restore our network, sir.
So now we need somebody to restore our network. So anybody who know that can do it. Okay. Okay, Solu. Okay, Solu, Dari, and Yomi are in the house. Okay, let's take Solu. Probably maybe his voice will cure this thing. Hello, Solu. Solu, are you there? Anybody with the remote just talk. Dari, is Dari there?
Whatever we do, we need to ensure Solu gets on this call. Because I remember Solu saying the Nigerian league, there is no player that deserves to earn 2 million naira.
He said it in the studio here.
He said it exactly.
He was in the studio here and he said it.
So we need to get him on the call to reiterate what he had said before now.
But he said, I mean, there are.
So that Jujuma, we have our wish list. So let's place it at the top of our wish list.
And then let's start. Okay, who is there? Dari and Yomi. Okay, let's hear Dari. Hello, Dari.
And I'm here, and I'm listening to your Tales by Moonlight.
Because we decided to go with Dari, that is why this thing worked. Because solve problem.
Okay.
Even let me not talk about the one Canada.
Call Yomi, and if you get the liver, call Yomi.
My liver fail me.
Dari, are you in Lagos or you are in Glasgow? You see him? Dari said don't come out. Dari don't come out. Anyway, any of the one that there, I could have just talk. Maybe we start with Nelson there. Maybe know at least let us start with Nelson in the studio. Hello, Nelson, how you doing?
Fine, Ken.
Okay, we dey fine. So today, for our listeners, of course, you all know the number to call. 0913600410. That is the number to call. This is Sports City Live. We're reaching you on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And then this is the soul of sport. We let you know that this soul of sport in Nigeria, in Africa. We are worldwide. We are streaming live on on Facebook. So you guys can see the faces. You can put faces to the voices for those of them. Of course, you know all these faces. Almost all the faces you are seeing here, you've been seeing them. So basically, it is your show. It is our show. It is everybody's show, and that is what we've made it to be. Our WhatsApp line also is 0913600430. If you want to send messages, send it on WhatsApp so we can get you there. Like Jimmy did that of a recap, whatever happened at your take on the World Cup. We did a little on Thursday, and then this is a continuum. So we're just doing that so that we can wrap it up today between now and 5 p.m. Then also charity begins at home. After we didn't go to the World Cup, also basically the enthusiasm shouldn't be as it is. But we say, look, this is a sports show. It is a worldwide sports show. It doesn't have boundaries. So if on a slack, we go forget on we will go those way they there in a trend. If on the trend for the wrong reason too, we go bring them down. So today the concentration will be on what we missed. Okay, and then why we didn't go to the World Cup, we'll talk about that. Everything you want to talk about the World Cup as per Nigeria and our league is what we are there. Sᴘᴏ is here. Hello, Sᴘᴏ. Hello, Sᴘᴏ. People say we go block all of their lines, so because what did happen? Last time with Nelson. Anytime when they ready, made the list. I think that was saying they listen to my epistle, making the moment the list. Where your number begin connect, we will bring on air. Even person with the Canada say if the number no agree work. When you come on, I go tell them, tell them, say in network, say network no the Canada. So basically that is the thing. Me, I need to set up anybody. I'm only just speaking as it is. That's just my own. I'm an innocent person. Everybody knows that.
The fact that you have to prove it. and Odua just sent me a message. You forgot to add the WAFCON to your list.
WAFCON kicks off. WAFCON kicks off today. Senegal taking on Algeria. They will talk about WAFCON. The mission.
At times it may not even be about the intro because most times Ken does not even go by his intros.
Okay. Do you also go by your own intros?
No. It's a compliment.
And that's the same thing. Also, it's a compliment. Did I? And now I'm not complimenting
because Ken will put something in the intro, and someone like Biodu will come from way back and start talking about 1978, 1981, 82. We would have dedicated 15 minutes to a particular topic. Then Ken will now take us back to history. David Sehande, he will go from football, link it to boxing, 1960s, enter tennis. Sadiq Abdullahi.
Is it my fault that you guys were not born then?
No, I was.
By force.
I was born in the 70s now.
You were born in the 70s.
You know.
So okay, from now on we're talking 60s. Were you born in the 60s?
You see, Ken like Ojoro.
Unnecessary pride that we don't have in the studio.
Ken like Ojoro.
See, projects. Anyway, the lines are open. Don't forget it. Today, like we are saying, today is like any other day. The lines are open. 0913600410. You can call in. Dr. Ray is there to take your calls and pass it on, and we'll shift that. But if you get bad belly, your call no go. So we'll just tell you. From Jimmy, like we said, we've already decided that the debate for the GOAT has ended.
I don't know about that. It's ongoing. It remains ongoing. As far as we continue to look at this, look at these issues from this generation, it's ongoing.
Okay,
but
I like.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT debate. Is it still on?
Well, it depends.
He's not being absolute.
No, he's not a messy guy. That's why he's not a messy guy.
How you know?
I know. I don't feel
you who you be?
Yeah, I'm a messy guy.
You see now.
Yes.
See life.
Yes.
But you are the presenter.
Okay.
You're not meant to have an opinion.
Okay, I'm opinion. You see that that is hypocrisy and deception. Because you get opinion, you go call the form say you don't get opinion. My own is to be objective. It doesn't mean that I have to say this is based on facts. You understand? Okay, when will take call? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody in the studio.
I could guess easily. Say now you go first call. Okay. Well done. That's why I call your name now. I know.
Building on the line from Fagba.
Yes. They don't give you straight bullet already. Say.
I know. Me, I know. I don't prepare.
Okay.
I don't prepare. I hate straight bullet.
Yeah.
No wala.
Biodu, your take on the World Cup. Do you agree on Rodri as the MVP?
Rodri, I think well, it happens. It do happen sometimes like that.
Okay.
Like Ronaldo won it in 1998.
Yes.
And they were defeated 3-0.
Yes.
He was the MVP. Zidane won it in 2006.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to memory lane because so that I will not be attacked.
No, even in 2002, it's Oliver Kahn. Oliver Kahn,
Exactly.
that won it. Even if after Ronaldo don't score 2 goals, winning chop, now he still be MVP.
Maybe MVP. So sometimes this MVP of the team is always controversial.
Yes,
but
now.
Just leave it for them.
Okay.
Let's leave it for them. The last time I called, I said that the 4 countries in the semi-final, they are all potential winners.
Yeah, you said so.
I should pick one.
Yeah.
So see Spain, France, Spain, France, and Argentina, England.
Yeah.
It's only England that notwithstanding, they have won it at least once. So all of them are potential winners. They can win it. So Rodri, the MVP, there's nothing bad in it. At the age of 30, well, it's okay. It's okay. The final is just, the other time you bet on it that Messi will win it, Argentina will win it.
Yes. I was speaking from my heart. I have a clean heart. So I was speaking from my heart. Yes.
I try to come back to tell you that this final is just like between Baba and Son.
I like you. I like the way you analyze things. Just a handover ceremony. Yes.
Spanish coach is Baba to the Argentina coach.
Yeah.
So those two things all together, I think. Then I don't want to predict. I don't want to say anything. I just believe that any one of them can win the World Cup.
You said so. Yeah.
Anyway, let me leave for others.
Soli, we've been trying to get Soli, but some bad belly people are making Soli line not to work. So, but Soli,
that bad belly must be coming from Odrayo.
Be assured that Soli he will get through. He will get through. Soli, because we are lining up. Catalan is here. Catalan is in the house.
I agree with you.
Catalan, I greet him now.
Maximum respect to your government.
I greet you now. Like twice now, you've been on the road.
Yes. He was on the road on Thursday, and then
village people hold me for VI.
Well done, guys.
All right, don't have your do. Okay, yes.
For me, I think Rodri really deserved that award. He deserved to.
Okay.
He practically was the main man.
Okay.
Especially because what one was able to
take
do
this call
with,
first. Sorry.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Amara from Ikorodo.
Oh, Amalara, how are you?
Fine. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
I greet everybody there.
Oh yeah.
So we greet you.
How's Mommy Gio?
She's fine.
I think she should run away.
She talks to me, I greet you.
Okay.
Yeah, you say what?
She talks to me, I greet you.
Make her greet me, thank you.
Well done.
Well, I just want to start at you.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. No worry, we'll go later. We'll go ask a question on this show. The last 1 hour, we'll go ask questions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Laura. All right.
So Ken, I was saying the job that Rodri did, in really cementing the midfield of the Spanish team. I mean, it was immense. The ground duel, the success rate he had, the total number of passes, the total number of tackles he had, all competition long 26. In the last game, 1 out of 100, 5 passes being completed. I think he really was the main man. He's the kind of player you don't see much, but he does a lot. More like what we used to see of Sergio Busquets, where you'll be looking for maybe fancy inputs. But what he did, the technical and the tactical angles to what he did, really helping Spain out. I think he really was very, very imperious all competition long. Again, if you look at it critically, the teams that have won the past set of World Cups, they really have been very impressive in that midfield. So it looks like it's the midfield winning the World Cups at this point in time. Yes, it's been said that you must have a very good defense, you must have a very good attack. But if you also look at what has happened in 2026, 2022, right up to like 6-7 World Cups back, you could see that if you have a very sound midfield, it may not be the marquee names, but maybe the most efficient ones. And I think Rodri was at the heart of it, was at the heart of everything that the Spanish team gave. And it has to be said, he really deserved it ahead of any other person, especially when you look at who played in the final game ahead of Messi, who, a lot of people really would have seen that in the final minutes of the game, he really dug deep, although it was not to be. But it has to be said, Rodri really deserved every accolade he gets.
Okay.
Do you want me? Should I?
Okay, just okay. Do it in 60 seconds.
All right. So, whilst Rodri was easily one of Spain's best players at the tournament, because I always say this, the Spanish team, the way they come out and play, really very difficult for you to come out and say this person was the best performer on the day. Every single person on that pitch gave their heart and soul. Paul Kubasi, winning young player of that tournament, and I can reel out his stats. He was very, very impressive. Remember, for a 19-year-old, but there's a reason why this is a conversation, because a lot of people believe that Lionel Messi should have gotten this, not because of any other thing. The fact that at his age, the conversation he was in throughout the entire duration of the World Cup, it's just impressive. He was in the conversation for highest goal scorer. He was in the conversation for highest assists. He was in the conversation for highest number of dribbles completed, highest number of passes completed, and just playing in his team. Undisputedly the best player in the Argentine national team at 39. He was still in the conversation for best player, making it all the way to the finals. I feel Messi should have gotten it, but ultimately FIFA decided to award the best player to Rodri. All this conversation about Messi being FIFA's boy and this and that. So surprising that at the end of the day they overlooked their boy and gave it to somebody else. But this is not taking anything away from Rodri. Everything Jimmy read out about him, he was impressive. He was really, really, really good at the Mondial. But I still think the conversation should have tilted towards the Argentine in what was his final World Cup. 60 seconds.
Okay, we've gone with the charity begins.
The guy, the time himself, he thought 60 seconds.
So we have
time. I'm 95 seconds.
We have the executive director of GTI and the project director MPFL, Nelson in the house. So that tells that today anything you need to talk about in the MPFL in terms of restructuring, in terms of making it a formidable league, in terms of making it a profitable league, in terms of when you want to direct your questions, anything, direct him to Nelson, because that is why he is here today. Nelson, how are you? We'll welcome you again to the show. The MPFL, the 2026-27 season will start soon, probably in August.
Next month.
Okay, by next month. What are we going to see differently? You guys have been on board. He will explain that. What I mean by that, being on board. He's been on board since 2022-2023 season. For fourth season, you guys have managed the asset called the MPFL. How do you score yourself? It is unfair, but I'm never fair. It is unfair for you to score yourself, but I ask you, based on the how do I say it? Based on the objectives, you understand, that you set for yourself. Based on, say, the achievement you set for yourself, based on the benchmark you set for yourself, do you think you have reached them? And if you have not, what has been the challenges, that has been kind of making it impossible, or making it kind of problematic, or being imposing that particular challenge for you to get there?
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Well, we've worked with the league for the past 4 seasons, and right from the onset, we knew the league had a lot of challenges, and the whole idea was working with the board of the league and the Nigerian Football Federation to ensure that we are able to reposition this league to make it very attractive for a lot of partners to come on board. As at the time we came into the league, there was no official broadcaster for the league, and those were some problems. But again, quite a lot of problems, and most of those problems we've been able to resolve, and there's still a lot of work to do. In terms of stabilizing the calendar of the league, we've been able to achieve that, to ensure that the league has a particular period it starts and ends. We've been able to achieve that. In terms of improving the competitive balance of the league, we've been able to achieve that. Also, minimizing some of the issues of crowd problems at various venues. Though it is not perfect yet, but we've also been able to control that to some very reasonable extent. And like I said, GT has been working with the MPFL board and the NFF to ensure some of these things are addressed. From time to time, we try to look at the weaknesses and the deficiencies in the league and see how to achieve it. The second season, we were able to get the broadcaster on board, 2 of them, one for streaming, one for the terrestrial broadcast rights. And that was the 2023-2024 season, as well as 2024-2025. And like I said, in the area of broadcast, we've not really achieved much as expected. We've had some couple of broadcasters come in and go out, but we're also trying to see how we can ensure we have a very stable relationship with subsequent broadcasters that are coming on board. In terms of other partners, sponsorship coming on board, we've tried to reach out to a lot of partners, engaging them from time to time. And in that process, we also get their feedback to know what their expectations are. And considering the crowd attendance at the various stadia, I would not say we've gotten to that point where we can say we are comfortable yet, but I think there have been significant improvements in that regard. So I would not want to give myself a pass mark yet. I would say we've done okay, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Collectively, everybody coming on board to ensure that we move this league forward. We've learned a lot in the last 4 seasons. We've also gotten the feedbacks from a lot of partners we have engaged, their feedback. And part of those feedback is what we are processing now to ensure that going into the new season, we are able to address those areas of deficiencies and weakness that has affected the progress of this league, and ensure that we are able to get everybody on board to work towards achieving the goals to move the league forward, especially the commercialization of this league and making it very attractive to the public and to the prospective partners we are trying to bring on board. Again, if you look at the officiating integrity of the league, there have been some significant improvement in that regard. That is why I also want to give credit to our Nigerian referees. It has not been easy, but they've done their bit. But then there's still a lot to be done in that area. We've also identified the need for capacity building in terms of knowledge. We need to organize several seminars, workshops to ensure that a lot of these personnel, technical personnel, administrative personnel, they are also from time to time educated on new trends in the sports world. And again, we must start looking at professional sports as an asset that has capacity to generate revenues that can be commercialized. So we need to look at all the various components of commercialization in terms of data, in terms of content production, statistics, proper evaluations with technology, and all the various things that the league ought to do. Also in terms of infrastructure, the corporate governance of the clubs. So there are so many areas we are actually focusing on to address going into the new season. So it's going to take a lot of effort on the part of the Nigerian Football Federation, the NPFL board, and also GTA working with them, and the cooperation of all the various stakeholders to ensure we're able to achieve the overall objective of moving this league forward. So it's been, I would say it's been very challenging, but at the same time, exciting and interesting. So these problems come, but we believe that all working together, we can overcome some of these challenges and make our league. The target is in the next 5 years to make our league number 1 in Africa, and that is our objective. And I'm very convinced we are going to achieve it.
Okay, let me ask Jimmy. You heard him. The objective, which is what we're looking for, it says to make the Nigerian league number 1 in Africa. There was a time that is it IFF or IFSS?
Yeah. The statistics body.
The statistics body
rated us the strongest league in Africa.
The NPFL.
They didn't say the best, though. They said the strongest.
Strongest league. Okay. What are the kind of the how do I say it? The indices that you want to look at to say they said the best league. For now, the league. The champions of the league or the representative of the league in the past 7 years have performed below expectations woefully on the continent. Only this last season that Rivers United was able to play at the group stage. Yeah. You understand? And they will know what the result of that group stage was. I think they just get just one victory or so, whatever it is in the group stages. And that is where the money comes from. If you win, if you score goals, they couldn't score goals. They were whatever it is. So that was where you think. Now we've seen every other time. But by the time they just go there, we send 4 teams to the African continent, and bam, after they play home and away preliminary, they don't even qualify to play in the league stage. Are you getting me? The league is supposed to be a product, the charm. That is supposed to be for the league, for our players. We know what has been happening. All these things. I mean, we ask. So you are here. I'm just pushing.
All right. So
he is here.
So I appreciate everything that Oga Nelson has talked about, and it looks like they have really done some work. But to say maybe they have done enough, I'm sure they will agree that if they had, some form of political will coming through from the club owners and the heads of the parastatals that are involved across the different states, maybe they would have done a lot more, because it's one thing for the strategic partners to be able to put things on the table to action. It's another for the club administrators to willingly akin to them and also want to implement those things. So the idea is there, it's clear. You understand where they're coming from. But you also see that there are limitations across board based on the way our clubs had been structured. So for me, the indices would be the commercial viability, entrenchment of commercial viability for all the clubs, to understand that, look, this is not meant to be an NGO. It is meant to be a sustainable business. And that business model, all of the clubs, they must be in alignment with the NPFL and the strategic partners to see that they are working with a functional blueprint, to make sure that not only are the clubs themselves functional, they must also be able to impact such that Nigerian club sides, the Nigerian league in entirety, will be seen as a model to be followed strictly.
All right. I just want to pick out one thing he said, probably focus on the other things, but just hold it. Financial viability of the club or the league. What should be? Just hold on. I will have Yomi. You have Yomi Kuku. Is Yomi there? Hello, Yomi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you're my. You're my. Now your name, of course. Okay, you're mine. All right, we have we have Nelson in of the GTI. He is the project director of the MPFL. They've been managing the assets, the asset of the MPFL. So he's in the house, and that is why we brought him here. Do you have any questions for him? Hello, Yomi.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Theo said you have network problem in Canada. So, but I'm not the one that said it. It was Theo. I just let you know. So you can ask Nelson your problem, your question.
Your problem.
Your question. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there, Yomi? Okay, I don't know what is happening today. Okay, so Nelson, financial viability of the league and the clubs, that's what I took. That to me,
actually commercial, not financial.
Okay, commercial viability. Yeah. I like that. That is more encompassing.
Yep.
All right. Okay, sorry. So Yomi is back. Yomi, okay. Can you ask? You have any question for Nelson? I don't know what is wrong with the line. The line today is just fluctuating, and I don't understand. We want every member of this house to be part of this show today, but it is, I don't know. Nelson, yeah, people are saying to ask you a question now. All the people want to fire you. I know they have what they happen. Now which soap we take back for us? Okay, commercial viability
of the league.
Yes,
definitely. You see, again, when you are looking at the financial viability of any sports asset, there are certain elements you look at.
Yeah.
You want to look at the numbers because numbers says it all. You want to look at, because for brands or even partners, they're also very interested in the numbers. You must be able to put certain structures on ground that will drive those numbers. You must be able to create the buzz. You create the excitement. You must have the content, original content, to drive followership. You must be extremely creative. Sports management these days is about creativity. And like I said, if you look at FIFA, there's a lot to learn from FIFA. FIFA is innovating every 4 years. They come up with one thing today. Next 4 years, you expect them to come up with something else. And that is how the mind of any club administrator or manager should be working. They should be looking at that professional asset, how to enhance the commercial viability. Now, if you look at Nigeria, for example, I'll give you a simple example in Nigeria to tell you that we have some work to do and we've identified the problems. We have the solutions. By next season, Nigerians will start seeing those solutions. Definitely very clear solutions. Take Lagos, for example. How do you play a match in a city of 20 million and you can't fill 4,500 capacity stadium?
Okay.
That tells you there's a problem. Instantly, meaning certain things are not being done. So it's not a question of people don't want to watch football. It's a question of there are some gaps, because the city has more than enough population to fill that your stadium more than 100 times? In fact, almost 1,000 times to fill that stadium 1,000 times. So that means there's a disconnect somewhere, and that is what we have tried to identify. We should have crowd overflow at our stadium. In fact, we should even be thinking now of getting the Teslim Balogun Stadium ready for the Premier League because of the kind of thing we are looking at next season. Onikon is going to be too small to handle the kind of thing we want to introduce next season, because Onikon is small. But then let's start from there and ensure, and we are going to take it across the country to see how we can fill this stadium. We come up with a lot of creative activities, innovation on how to get our youth to come back to our football. And you see, football is just a game, but the entertainment content is what you are looking at. What is that excitement that I want to bring somebody to the stadium? You have to look at that critically as a sports asset manager, because the fans are your customers. You need to find one way or the other to get them on board, just like every other club in this world does, and just like every other sport asset does. You have to get them on board. Once they're not on board, it affects so many things. Even the partners are not encouraged to come on board. So that is on one side. What about in terms of certain infrastructures that drive these things. People want to know about your club. People want to know about your corporate governance. They want to know about the profile of your players. They want to see their statistics. They want to know what is the next thing you are up to. They want to see certain things about your club. They want to see the profile of the people managing your club. They want to see your corporate governance structures in place. They want to see the kind of excitement, the kind of activities you have created to ensure that there's a kind of roadmap to convince them that you are sure of what you are doing, and yes, you have an expectation, and they are also convinced that with these expectations you know how to get there. So at this point, you are convincing them that you know how to get there, but in another 2 or 3 years' time, it's not how to get there they want to look at now. They want to see if you are getting there, to be very sure they can also ride with you.
Okay.
So these are some of the deficiencies we have identified, and we are actually working with all stakeholders. Like I said, no league in this world is run by a single entity. There's no successful league in this world that is run by a single entity. It's a collection of all partners coming on board to ensure that the league runs very well. Meaning the clubs have their roles cut out to play. The NFF, the MPFL, with the strategic partners, we have to reposition this league to make it attractive to all the youths, the middle age, the various demographics of the population. We have to see how to make this league attractive to them. The various corporate partners in different sectors of the country have to also meet them at their level of expectations. Once all these things are in place, you will get the numbers. And once you get the numbers, you generate the revenue. So once you generate the revenue, like the issue you are trying to address said, Nigerian clubs don't go past the first stage.
Yeah.
Now, football is about talent. Talent is about your ability to retain talent. You must be able to retain talent. And the only way to retain talent is money.
Okay.
So the only way to retain talent is money. So we must find a way to see how we can grow the revenue, the commercial viability of the club, to at least be able to pay incentives, salaries that will keep those talents locally, and not only talents locally, to also attract talents outside the country. Because the era you are referring to has to do with the economics of the country then. If you look at the economics of the country then, in terms of the value of the naira, the period you are referring to, the economics of the country was very good. So it was easy for the Nigerian league to attract the best of players from other countries who were even playing for their national teams. Now, the quality of those players, they were here because you have the salary and the incentives to keep them. Why? Because as a football player, they have a very short career span. Injuries or anything can happen to them. So a player is looking for the next place he can get the best in terms of salary, in terms of incentive. So a player is not so passionate about a club. It's about what the club can offer, because he has a very short career span and wants to make the best of his career. So we have to build our league to that level where our league must have the retentive capacity to keep talent and to also improve the entertainment content of the league. All this we've actually identified, and we are working on how to achieve them. There's a lot of work to be done, with the league, and I can tell you we are not resting. We are working, and I'm sure next season is not going to be like other seasons. We are going to come up with a lot of things to ensure that some of these things I've mentioned here, we'll start the process of achieving them.
Well, I also know that you were part of the 6-man team that, the think tank that put your heads together to draft a document, and probably we expect it to be released probably by next week or so. I don't want to preempt what you guys have arrived at, but can you give us an insight on what you guys talked about, in that document? I'm not talking about the decisions, but what area you look at.
I want to know whether there's a business development unit at this moment that is working, line in line in tandem with club administrators to make sure as much as possible all of what you have said, because these are the things that you want to do. But if the club administrators are not in proper alignment with your own objectives, so that you can meet midway wherever you need to meet, to make sure that all of what you have said, because it sounds so good to the ears, but for the attainment of these objectives, do you have a business development unit that is in charge and making sure all this happens?
Okay, let me just take the two questions.
Okay.
The one you asked about the 6-man committee.
Yeah.
The 6-man committee, when we met, it was a moment of truth. We have to look ourselves eyeball to tell ourselves the truth. We were in a meeting for 12 good hours non-stop. And I'll tell you, these are some of the best minds and brain in the Premier League that was assembled, who also understood the history of the league. We sat down, we told ourselves the truth, the bitter truth that nobody wants to hear. But let me also make this clear. We are in a transition phase with the Nigerian Premier Football League. Transition phase, which is a change phase. And in any change phase, you are going to have what you call the change resistance problem. Just like every other sector. I was fortunate because I'm coming from the financial sector. I was also fortunate to be part of the financial sector transition in the banking sector. I was also part of the sector in the capital market. I'm a stockbroker. They call my generation in the stockbroking industry, they call us the ancient and modern. Ancient who did trading by manual call-over system, and modern who transited from the call-over manual to the electronic CSCS and automated trading system. So I was part of that generation. But I also tell you that when we were also trying to transit, I knew what happened, what the shareholders did then. You can imagine shareholders telling us that, are you telling me that I'm not going to own share certificates, I'm going to frame and put in my parlor again, that you're going to tell me that my investment is in electronic form? So people must understand that is the phase we are in our football now. So people should not expect that you just make this pronouncement, everybody just come on board and say, yes, we have listened to you, we have heard you, we want to do it. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a confusion phase where some of the actors are even feeling threatened about the phase we are introducing now, whether they are going to be relevant, because it happened in the banking sector. When the transition came, we will all recall that many of the banks in those days were owned by government. They were not owned by the private sector. For private sector licensing came in the bank, I think in the late 80s to early 90s. Prior to that time, banks were owned by state governments, federal governments, and I'll tell you, they were not posting the kind of profit the banks are posting now. So I was part of that transition, and I knew what happened. It was serious resistance, because people are used to certain ways of doing things. One thing we must realize about the phase we are in our football now, there are people who have been used to certain ways of doing things. And we are telling them that it's time to change. And now we are going to approach that change with a lot of strategies. It's not going to be about wielding the big stick or so. No. We must devise solutions that will make them understand. There will be some level of enforcement. There will be also some level of creating incentives that will make them change, accept the change. Like what happened in the case of the banking industry, nobody was creating those incentives. Those incentives were there, but it's either you chip in, you chip out. At the end of the day, many of those state banks could not fit in. And today, we have very strong, viable banks in Nigeria today. It's the same process. The same thing experienced in the capital markets, in the insurance sector. I saw all these things happen. So I'm not surprised that today I'm in that same phase with the Nigerian Premier Football League. When I keep telling people that the Nigerian Premier League is going to transit in another 4-5 years' time, sometimes people just laugh and say you are making a joke. I say it's the same joke that when the foreign music was dominating Nigeria, it's the same joke people thought was a joke, that Nigerian musicians will not be at the world stage, because then they could not see beyond what they were saying then. All they could see then was what they were just saying. But today, Afrobeat has taken over the world. These are children that were born in Nigeria, crafted their act in Nigeria, and sold it to the whole world, and the world bought it. So why do you think it cannot be applicable to our sports? We have the numbers. We have the youth. We have the talent. We have the passion. We have the economy to drive it. What is missing? Management, strategic thinking, doing the right thing at the right time. And people who don't want to do the right thing, you must just find a way to get them out of the system. It's not being hostile to them. It's just telling them that there is a new trend now and there's a new way forward. You have to start thinking like that. If you need to go and upgrade yourself, go and upgrade yourself. I also remember, even in the banking industry, some of these old generation banks that survive today, they went through that process in their various entities. There are people they just had to let go. There are people that had to adapt and need to go and upgrade themselves in line with the expectation of the modern trend. Because whether we like it or not, whether it is sports, whether it is banking, any sector, whether it's medicine, the world will keep evolving. Innovations will keep coming. If you don't innovate, if you don't change, the system will leave you behind. The problem today is that the world football system has moved on, and Nigeria is only trying to play catch up. So it's
any specifics in those areas that you guys discuss, that these are the things you want to implement. Some of the things you want to implement. Like I said, you can tell us without telling us.
Yes. Like now, we looked at the corporate governance of the league, also at the club level. We looked at that. We identified some areas of weaknesses, which even the club licensing has addressed, but the issue is enforcement.
Okay.
So those ones that the gap is just enforcement, there's going to be some level of enforcement in those areas. We also looked at the infrastructure. You see, we have the right kind of climate and environment for our fields to be better than what it is today. We all know that sometimes it's negligence on the part of the people managing. We also look at our sports facilities. We discovered too that there were some gaps in those areas in terms of even the utilities in those stadium. We need to address some of those things. We also looked at the area of publicity. We looked at the area of technology. How technology has transformed every other sector. The question is, in our own football sector, have we done enough in terms of technology? Have we used the right technology that we are supposed to use? So we saw some gaps and deficiencies in those areas. Now, we also realize our engagement with various partners. You talk to them, they tell you statistics. They want to see your numbers, they want to see your data, they want to see your metrics and all this stuff. It's not just throwing data at them. These data must be verifiable. So we have to put systems in place where data collected will be verified, and these data will be able to grow these numbers to meet their level of expectations, and redesign our MPFL in such a way that it will become very attractive to everyone, and everyone will see the need to want to invest. So all these areas we have looked at. We also looked at the area of the refereeing. We looked at the refereeing situation. What have been the gaps in that area? We identified the gaps. We're also looking at profiling solutions. We even looked at the logistics of the clubs. What is the logistics arrangement of the clubs today? Because whether you like it or not, logistics also affect the performance of players. We have to look at the safety, their safety in moving from one location to the other. We have to also look at security and safety, even at safety for visiting teams, safety for the referee officials, and also making the stadium very friendly and very conducive to make it attractive to the public. We looked at all those. We also looked at broadcasting, beyond broadcasting. We looked at every area that we think we need to focus on, that we have not been able to, we have not done well. And I mean, there are some deficiencies. So those are the areas we are going to be addressing. And like we said, the process must start from the coming season. We may not achieve everything next season, but let us start the process, put the systems and the structures in place. Let the clubs also understand that this is done for their own benefit. I keep saying, yes, there's a pronouncement about 2 million that should be paid by clubs, and everybody's raising eyebrow. Oh, this 2 million. It's like in the early 90s, you are saying you want to pay a Nigerian musician that is performing 2 million naira. People will scream, 2 million. Today, how much are we paying them? Even in Nigeria, how much do you pay the musicians now? What I'm saying is, It is very possible once you.
Let me ask. Sorry. I just want to just drop something. I don't want to derail your strain of thought. Football is part of sports. Absolutely. Why a lot of persons are raising eyebrow or objection to it is that the National Sport Commission is not Nigerian Football Commission. Now, if you are paying footballers 2 million, are you going to pay boxers 2 million? Are you going to pay swimmers 2 million? Because that is a pronouncement from them. Are you getting me? We know what the minimum wage is, and then we all are in the same market. Now, so then what are you also telling the people that, the other talents? Are you saying the boxers who go to Rizal, the wrestlers who go to the athletes who run, that they also should not earn 2 million naira, forever they go out? So basically that's what people are looking at. So it is not as if we are not, look, if the NFF make a pronouncement that from now on our clubs are going to be paying to 2 million, all of us will say fine in a football. Let boxing go and speak to their own. Let basketballers go and talk on their own. But coming from the National Sport Commission,
it becomes worrisome.
It's where we are saying that are we not going to have a level playing field that the minimum you can pay any Nigerian sportsman, athlete, in whatever talent that God has given to him or her is 2 million naira per month. That is the issue. It's not as if we're not saying you guys that it's not possible to pay. But we also look at the streams of income that I'm talking about here. Most of those clubs, about 70 to 80% of them are still tied to the apron strings of the government, and then it is the budget that want to come in. So if you have 30 players, are you going to pay them 17 million? That is just the players, 17 million every month. Is this sustainable coming from the government at the end of the all? Because if you're talking about we had the DG saying if it's only 3 clubs or it's only 5 clubs that they are ready to go ahead. We have only 5 clubs and start to I don't have any problem. They are the policy makers, they are the policy implementers, they are whatever it is. But that I just want to clear that aspect, that it was because of the source of that particular pronouncement that it is coming from the National Sport Commission. I'm not coming from the Nigerian Football Federation.
Again, you see, we are working with the MPFL for now.
Yeah.
You see, the National Sports Commission, they are in charge of sports in Nigeria. I mean, they have their own role cut out for them.
Yeah.
They can make their pronouncements. I don't have any issues with that. But we are focusing on the Nigerian Premier Football League today, working with the Nigerian Football Federation. Even prior to that pronouncement, people that have listened to my discussion and talks, even in the past, I always emphasize, not by fiat.
Exactly.
I'm not looking at fiat now. I always emphasize that
opportunities.
We must grow this league to a level where Nigerian players must earn 20 million naira per month.
Beautiful.
30 million naira per month. That is my own position. So I'm not looking at 2 million, because if you look at 2 million naira, if you convert it to dollars, and even in Africa, you still see that you are not competitive.
Exactly.
Your talents can just be taken by the next door neighbor for just nothing. And you see, the thing is that, talent don't know whether you have the money or you don't have the money. Football operates at the global level. Talent will drift to where the incentive is high. That is why the big clubs in this world today, go and check their finances. They are the biggest payers. Yeah. The big clubs dominating the whole world today are the ones that have the deep pockets. They pay the highest money. And because they know that talent goes to the highest bidder, where the money is. No. So when you look at talent going to where the money is, if you don't have the money, that means you can't retain the talent. That's already a problem for you, because talents are not something you just produce off the shelf.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you guys Yomi? Okay, let's. I want to ask you about Yomi. Yomi is there. I think he's back now. Hello, Yomi. We've been keeping him waiting. Hello, Yomi. Oh my God. He will soon come back now. Probably he's listening. When he comes back, just
I actually have a couple of questions.
No, I want to ask him. I'm coming. I don't want to ask him a question here. Jimmy asked a question the other time. Whatever liaison you guys have with the clubs. Now, are you by chance? Have you ever discussed? We're not just talking about the income streams, but we're talking about what the revenue annually that most of these clubs have been getting? Do you have any idea of the sustain that, whatever they are getting, based on whatever they are generating, the IGR they are getting, is enough to pay 500,000 naira a month for each player without subvention from the government?
Based on interaction with the club so far, and with what we've some of the deficiencies we've seen, definitely are going to have challenges even in paying those monies without support. Some of them have done well in their own way to ensure that they're able to generate revenue significantly, but we are looking at a system now that has 20 teams, and we have to look at the ability of majority of them to be able to do something that is at least above average. Now, identifying these deficiencies, like you mentioned, the phase we are moving into now is the phase to start engaging seriously with these clubs, to make them understand that certain things are possible, you see, and how they can make it possible. That is the phase we are now. Like I said, we are in the transition phase now. So, yes, there's going to be some level of enforcement, but again, even in enforcing, you have to also engage with these people in terms of knowledge sharing, capacity building, to make them understand how this thing is going to be done. How it's going to be done. So that is the phase we are going to be having a lot of engagement with them in various. I mentioned to you, next week we are having a seminar, in a workshop in Enugu for the media and the marketing business development officers of the clubs. And we are saying it is time they engage people with such expertise in their clubs. We are saying it is time they do. If they don't know the importance of those people are very, very important to their clubs. So we are going to be having a workshop with them next week in Enugu. It's part of the process of the knowledge sharing and the capacity building to ensure that we start this transition phase, and it's going to be a continuous process. Not only that, but we are going to have several levels of engagements with them to ensure that they do what they are supposed to do. So it's a continuous process. We are going to engage with all of them. We are going to understand their challenges and also see how we can find solutions to those problems. But like again, if you find solutions to the problems, like somebody mentioned, are they willing to accept this solution? That is where enforcement now comes in.
Okay.
That is where enforcement comes in. So it's not a question of ignorance again. It's a question of you doing what you are supposed to do for the system to grow, because you are important to the system.
All right. Yomi is on the line now. Yomi.
Breaking news now. Okay.
Breaking news. The Hungarian Grand Prix. Why not they laugh like this? No, you guys are just happy. You are just overly happy. Must you always be happy? Must you always be happy?
Should we be sad? So,
okay, Lando Norris has won. Lando Norris, Verstappen, Antonelli, Leclerc, and then Hamilton. Those are the top five.
I'm always pro Hamilton, but the look on your face.
Yeah, because Hamilton went down to fifth.
Priceless.
Yes.
Because as when you gave me the phone, he was third.
Yes.
The next thing Jimmy said, he would not podium. Yeah. The next thing he went to fourth. All of a sudden, your face just.
Yes. Okay, he went to fifth. Hamilton finished fifth. Is that all right? Let's talk to Yomi. Yomi is there. Hello, Yomi. How are you?
Very good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Your network don't improve, not us now our own. Your own.
No, network. So she that sunset there for Canada. We in phone no go.
Do they a Canadian network? Anyway, you listen to Nelson since Abi. They listen to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to first to acknowledge the fact that
okay, I don't understand. Today network, it get us a bit. Okay, we can wait. The lines are open. I mean, we can take calls. We can take calls while we're waiting for Yomi to join us. We can take calls. 091364010 has number to call. Today we are looking at the MPFL. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is my friend?
Okay, I count now. Kubuku.
Thank you. So I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Please help me ask, I guess, what do you mean by What does he mean by FIFA bringing another rule every now and then? Another one, you are going to say that fans are not coming to watch ball. What is the reason that fans are not coming? Another one, safety in call. Are you the answer? Hello?
Okay, yeah, well, they would listen to you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. What of safety of the fan? Another one, what do you mean they are trying, as in the Premiership are trying, Nigeria Premiership are trying. What of Premiership English? Are you telling me they are trying? Why can't they emulate Premiership, secondary and thirdly?
Okay.
What of our local television? Why can't that's what the way you do last week? When my fans said I can tell you. You ask a guest question about if FIFA and the CAF they influence refs. You ask the question, you don't allow it to answer. I want to tell you, if CAF and FIFA is not influencing outcome of game, what did happen about the Łosu goal, 88 Nations Cup? What did happen about Victor Silva's goal? That's why that he carry hand for head. That I was shedding tears in 2000. Again, CAF and the FIFA can influence game. They disqualify Spanish goals too in your face. So we want to listen to you. We go school too. Thank you very much. So allow Gabe to talk to us.
Okay, he's here.
Yes. Last week you make me vex. You make me vex at the para.
Oh yeah, you para. Nelson there, Nelson. Why? They tell you say listen. They say why our league not on TV, and then why are you guys why can't we take the league to the EPL more model or level? Those are the things I can pick.
I think I had answered some of these things.
So let him say that. Let him say that again. Briefly. Yeah.
Now, if you look at the EPL today, they started their own transition process in 1982.
Yeah.
Prior to that time, the English league was labeled as League of
Hooliganism
and all sorts of things.
Millwall and Liverpool fans, the worstest.
Even this issue of salary we are talking about now, because I also looked at it, researched about it. When a player it was mentioned that a player was going to be paid £5,000 per week. Then everybody was screaming that £5,000 per week for a player. That is outrageous. It's too much. But today, what is the English league paying per player? It's a process. That is why I don't want to dwell too much on this instruction. I don't want to dwell on it. Let's dwell on the substance that can make us achieve that and surpass it. That is the one.
So are you tailoring, like you said, are you looking at the English EPL model? And then why is the league not on television? Those are the questions.
The league today, the league is on television. If you look at last season, the league was on television. Even 2 seasons ago, the league was on streaming. Was on streaming and was also on television.
That streaming site was giving a lot of people. I mean, they were complaining about that streaming sites. I can understand that because we said we were there here. So now we're honored to challenge you as the talker. Yes, we not go to all that one. I know there was streaming. We spoke with a lot, but it was having some issues.
And it's not just about streaming.
What PSL? What do they call them?
It has to be mainstream. As much as possible, it has to be mainstream. Because a lot of the people, they want to be able to stream on the mainstream, not just maybe just the app and all that. The app could be complimentary.
There are now some free. There's some free to air television stations that they are giving us.
Yes, the app was actually complimentary because you have 10 games. You have 10 games in a week. Yes. So some of those games were on the terrestrial platform. Like when Star Times was there, they were doing 2 games, they were doing 3 games. At a point, sometimes in a week, they were doing 4 games, While all the other games, you could go on the app and watch it on streaming. Last season, the broadcaster also had partnership with a lot of local television stations, which was also advertised all over. And they were showing those.
With the national carrier?
Yes, even with the NT.
Do you have figures of the streaming, of the streams?
Yes, we can get them from the broadcasters, From the broadcasters.
Next time we won't bring you you collect them. So we go ask you. If they say they were streaming, let us have the number. Let us put figure to the numbers to say that this. You understand?
Because even before coming on air, I'm sure Okada Express, Oga Davidson had to say, there were 500,000 jerseys sold in terms of merchandise. If those figures are verifiable, if figures around the total number of streams that you had, total number of attendances across different stadia, total number of jerseys sold, how many club sites at this point in time have websites, verified websites, social media handles, everything working. If we have all of these things, then you can be sure, as far as we continue projecting these things, before you know it, people like I don't know whether it's an MC or a DJ, Koboko will say, "Oh, they are doing
no."
well.
So this what he just said now is the line me I was going to tell her. I'm the youngest person amongst everybody here.
Yeah, you are the most. You are the most Gen Z. Because they agree with people.
It's not, and it's not. See,
no, Gen Z. They agree with people. It is either your way or no way. So they knock them out of the World Cup.
So Ken, that's not really true.
Okay.
The thing is, we always say this. Quite a number of us saw our parents. You understand, labor and work and stress through a lot of things. You talked about how you transitioned from one era to the other era within your sector, and you talked about the resistance that you met. Quite a number of us have parents that were in similar sectors or new people like that, and we saw how they had to hustle and struggle. And that's why the average Gen Z, I'm not Gen Z first of all, but then again, you categorize me amongst them, I won't argue. But the average one will tell you, I don't want to work like that. There should be other ways we can get this thing done. Now, you talked about the English Premier League transitioning from started in 1982. I wasn't alive in 92. No, you became in 92. Okay, I was born in 92, but really I didn't really know anything in 1992. But you've lived long enough to see this thing happen. What many of us started seeing is the result. You understand? So we didn't see the process that came with it. That's why it looks like we are always challenging. But the truth is, we want to just understand the process, and you've done a lot to shed light on many of these things. But Jimmy said something that's very important. My generation, what concerns us really is, we want to see the numbers, we want to see the figures, we want to see the statistics that come with. Definitely, you cannot take away the aesthetics from all of this. But we know that behind all of this, a lot of hard work goes on the background. But I understand when you talk about resistance, and we say we not agree. The truth is, we need to find out, okay, who they resist. Something needs to come out eventually. We need to understand. Okay, whilst I know you say you can always use the log to attack and hit everybody, but we need to enforce certain things. We want to understand what is going on. As it is going on, we want to see numbers, want to see stats, want to see figures. I have a growing family now, and as much as I love football, to get my wife and my kids to come and watch the game with me a lot of times is hard because they really do not have interest. You understand? But if I tell her I want to take her to a comedy show, or I want to take her to a musical concert,
Portable versus
do you understand? They would most likely.
We were at the stadium in was it 2 months ago?
Yeah.
When one of the networks did.
They had one of the networks had an event. 100 hours.
100 hours straight.
And on the final day, I invited Ken to come because he actually even had a meeting. You were there as well. He was like,
you were there?
You were, I think you were
at the National Stadium.
On National Stadium. You were number 8,888. That was your number for that day. And that was the final day. So they were recording crazy number of people. And you said you were there, so obviously you saw it. And this was for 100 hours straight. Some people came in from Ijebode to come to the National. Somebody told me that this was my God. I was trying to do my best to interact. This is my first time in Sᴘᴏʀᴛ. I have never been to Sᴘᴏʀᴛ before, just for a program. And I know people that will go crazy about football, but we have not gotten to that level yet. So my own is social media. Very important. Many of the clubs, we really don't even know what is happening. There's a game going on in one very, very obscure league or one remote country, maybe a region in Russia or somewhere. I can access it almost immediately. It's not the same with my MPFL. And that is the problem that we are having.
I totally agree with you, with everything you have said. You see, everything you have said is what we have actually dimensioned to see as a big, huge gap in this league. Like I'll tell you, see, modern day sports administrators and managers must realize that trends are changing. Yes. The environment is evolving very, very fast. And in the entertainment world, every activity in the entertainment world is competing with other ones for the same audience. You must come to realize that, because for every fan, the decision process is, okay, I want to go and spend 2 hours at the stadium. What is my alternative exciting activity? And the way they make the way to guide their behavior. You must be conscious of that. Numbers content, your archiving, your statistics, verifiable statistics. It's not just about trade numbers, and those are some of the things we are going to be doing next season. You mentioned something about excitement. You see, the football environment should not just be about 90 minutes on the field. There must be something that will ignite somebody to say, I want to be there. I want to be part of that 90 minutes. I want to be part of that 2 hours. Now, even looking at innovation now, what did FIFA do with the halftime?
Exactly. I wanted to ask you that. Yeah.
You see, it's about thinking ahead.
Some people paid $100,000 so that they could get access to Shakira and some of the performers.
They will pay, even $1 million they will pay. Yeah. You convert the football arena to a place of excitement, to a place of safety, and there must be public awareness, and everybody must understand and know. And you must also reach out to them to say, look, I am beautiful. I am good. Come and see me. People become very inquisitive. We must take our football. National must have all the information they need to have. Their social media handles must be verified. All the contents they are creating, everything must be there. People must once they need information, they go to at the tap of a button, they can get all the information. The corporate governance structure must be in place. People must see it. There must be some level of transparency and accountability in the old system. Like you are talking about numbers, you must have a system where these numbers are verifiable. It's not just saying that 10,000 people attended the match yesterday. No. These figures must be verifiable. We are also putting a system in place that I can assure you from next season, those figures will be verifiable. And not just those figures. We are going to get a lot of followership. So we are working. We understand everything you have said, because we have had several engagements with various partners, locally and internationally, foreign and local partners. We've had engagements with them. We've known their expectations. They've told us some of the deficiencies, some of the gaps. We've known all that now. So we've put everything together, we've processed it, and we have come up with a very sound solution that will address every one of them. But like I said, the process of implementation is a different ballgame now. We now have to have serious engagements with these clubs, making them understand that, look, you are not doing this thing, you are hurting yourself. I'll tell you this, I always borrow a leaf from my experience in the capital market. In the capital market, when we were transiting from the manual to the electronic, and there was this resistance. They were telling us the kind of numbers we are doing there. We are doing numbers in thousands, 100,000, 200,000, and they were telling us that, look, with this new transition, you'll be doing numbers in 1 million, 2 million. For some of us, is it for real? 1 million, 2 million, just like that? Today, they are not even doing millions. They are doing billions now. The capital market valuation is in trillions now. We started with a process where it was 2 weeks settlement. From 2 weeks, it came to 5 days. From 5 days to 4 days. From 4 days to 3 days. Before, it was a system of trading for maybe about 2 hours. Now trading has gone. Now you can even trade from your office. So these are some of the things some of us have gone through, and we know it is real. And we know that once we are able to implement that process effectively, the system is going to be better off. All these clubs will be better off, just like the banks are better off today.
All right, no, sorry, wait. Let's take Yomi. I think we can hit him now. Hello, Yomi. Hello, Yomi. Yomi, would they see you now? You said it. Would they see your hair? Would they hear him? Once you hear him, then be say whatever. Where did you go?
Okay, so I actually have a two-pronged question. Are you aware of legacy debts by clubs? Are you aware of, the possibility of some clubs still owing certain legacy debts over the period of certain months or over certain years? What about the issue of clearance fees? Sign-on fees. Do we still have sign-on fees in our league? Then the second major question that I would love to ask is the issue of infrastructure. I don't think we have more than 2 stadia at this point in time that can actually host games on the continent. So how are you addressing those issues?
This is about 3 now. So.
Okay, 2 and 3, Ken, is not sufficient. But how are you looking at working with the NSC, the NFF, to ensure this issue of infrastructural deficit is properly addressed, not only addressed, but we can have, something concrete before the end of this coming season?
You see, all those issues, we have identified all of them, and you talked about the legacy debt.
Yeah.
One, we already have a solution to put that to an end, and it will not come up again.
Okay.
We have a solution to address that sufficiently so it will not come up again.
What about sign-on fees?
Those all put together. I mean,
no, the reason why I'm asking that question is because I've seen, on social media, one or two top clubs in Nigeria having issues with their players based on sign-on fees. And I remember there was a time when there were issues of salary backlogs. It was declared that, look, leave issues of sign-on fees so that we know that you are getting your salaries paid as and when due. So if there's a need to address that, I think it will be very important to make sure that clubs adhere to that. If you're able to pay a particular salary, please do pay and stop promising what you cannot pay.
Yes, you see, I'll tell you the system we are going to implement from next season. All those deficiencies you have just mentioned will be addressed and will be solved permanently.
That would be great.
It would not just be solved for just one season, because it's about putting the right systems in place. Once you have the right systems, it has its own checks and balances, and people will comply. So we have a solution to address that, and that will be solved from next season. And not only that being solved, whether you call it sign-on fee, if you have an indebtedness to a player, you have an indebtedness to a player, call it whatever name you want to call it. We have a system in place to ensure that all those ones are addressed. And like I said, it's going to be a combination of enforcement, compliance, and also education and
I'll think engagement first.
Yes, because the moral suasion and the education is very important in this whole transition phase.
But you did mention capacity building for media personnel.
Yes.
So what about sports?
Okay,
betting?
okay. Hello, Yomi. Hello, Yomi. Yomi, the thing not work today. I think the network is terrible. It's really terrible. We even heard from Davis himself. He says it's raining heavily.
Okay, maybe
that was why he couldn't join. So it's raining heavily.
Okay, I was asking about seminars that help tackle match fixing, integrity in sports, as much as so that we don't have issues of conflicts, where people hold positions that. Also, in terms of match day violence, anti-hooliganism, what measures are you putting in place before the end of the season? How are you able to get the stakeholders together to make sure as much as possible they give us something fantastic, not only for this season, but moving forward, that we begin to understand that the NPFL is not a hub of, mediocrity, is not a hub for violence, not a hub for, match fixing.
You see, the issues you just raised now, if you want to be honest with yourself, in the last 4 seasons, many of those issues have been addressed. Yes, there might be some cases of some stadium unrest, but it's not a regular or common phenomenon with the NPFL again. No, it is not. We are talking.
We have pockets.
Yes, compared to what it was.
What it used to
yes,
be.
so a lot of progress have been made in that space. But again, if you notice one thing with football, just like what happened at the CAF Cup finals.
Yes.
You see, football involves emotions of people.
Absolutely.
And temperament. There's a level to which
adrenaline.
Yes, there's a level to which some of those things can be controlled. It can only be curtailed.
Absolutely.
But what you don't want to see is out of 380 matches in a season, you're having a situation where maybe 15, 20 or 30 matches are having similar occurrence of those things. Then it becomes a major problem, But the whole idea is to ensure that it doesn't even occur at all for the duration of the season. And that is why I said, if you look at the last four seasons, that has been greatly minimized in the league. But again, we're also working towards getting to a level where it will become a thing of the past. Again, like I tell you, apart from the sanctions that comes with it, it's also education also plays an important role in all this. That is why in the MPFL, they also organize workshop for the supporters club, educate them. Even the captains of the football team, they educate. Okay, look at even the World Cup final. What happened between Spain and France? Look at the kind of behavior the Argentine players put up. Even at that level, with the kind of experience and caliber of players involved. That tells you,
as against what we saw with France and England.
Exactly. So that is why sometimes in social sciences they tell you when you are dealing with human beings, you must always create that assumptions, all things being equal. Because with the human behavior, there are certain periods where things cannot be equal.
Absolutely.
But it should not be a regular occurrence. Yes. So that's just it.
Okay. I think let us we'll go on a short break. Dr. Riro is here to serenade you guys, taking your back, because I mean it's like those who are in the house today are the OGs. But when we come back, the numbers to call is 0913600410. You know that number, and then also send your text, and then we'll tell a lot of stories. Arsenal wants to sign Vinicius Junior. I told you that. I don't know what your thoughts are. Will it be good for them? Do they have to break their bank, to say this is what we want to do? Osimhen is now the captain of Galatasaray. That's
everything to keep the young man.
That is if they're doing all they can. Yes, also, but some English team they also do it. They will tell you, we'll give you the captainship.
Absolutely.
So that you can stay with.
So that you can kiss the badge properly.
You can kiss the badge as the captain, and they know that they will still sell him.
Yeah.
But when they want to sell him, they want to make sure that the price is higher. Of course, they pay 75 million for them now. So
exactly.
not be Gary. Okay. The Saudi clubs are said they're prepared to pay double for Ndidi. They want him to come in there and come and finish his career in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi dollar never doing that much. Jürgen Klopp just told the German people, I'm doing you a favor by coming to coach the German national team.
Was it the German people he told about, or the media?
Oh, it is the media. That is the German people, the German media.
They should not invade his privacy.
He said, look, I saw the way you guys.
I'm coming to help you.
I saw the way you guys treated Nagelsmann. I like that kind of person. He said, look, if una just done with me, I go waka and they do my own job and I come beg me. I didn't apply to come and do this job. So
is he being realistic?
Yeah, no, but no. See, when you say he's being realistic, the guy is telling you that is the kind of person he is. He walked out of. He left Liverpool. He was not sacked. He loved Dortmund when he was to leave. Whatever. Do you know there was a time that he was supposed to coach Bayern, and then they said, he's too crude, he's too, so they didn't go for him.
Yeah.
They went for that. Then he went to Dortmund, and Dortmund started beating them. Now Dortmund now won the league back to back, and then they regretted not having him. Absolutely. So he has been his own person. He has been. He's not since he left Liverpool. 2 years. How many times have you seen him? It's for 2 seasons now.
No,
how often does he talk?
He doesn't.
So he has told them, he has told the Germans. So the way when I will come down, I go begin to abuse our own coaches for Nigeria. You go, Cİᴛᴏ. He said, he then try him. He go give them their job. He's not jobless. You understand? So the German national team, he said, I saw the way you treated me against the guy that just sacked that against one. Make it when I try with me.
Advance warning.
If una try with me, una go come coach the team by una self. I love the way.
Can any coach at all say that in Nigeria?
No. Stephen Cash. He told them, look, you don't tamper with my team. You don't tamper whatever I want to do. If you do that, you take your job. Stephen Cash was that was the thing. Even to an extent, Samson Sasa himself also. That's what Amadou also. Amadou also have that issue. You understand? So we have some Nigerian, even Fani Amu that's at some level. When the wife has to come out and say, look, when they say we need a foreign coach, the wife came and said we need a foreign sport minister. You know? Yeah, Fani Amu's wife did that. He said, look, if you say we need a
aura for aura.
I just love it. You see, you don't come into a job and then you become like a slave. They shackle you. You cannot tell you are afraid to be sacked. The man, he has made enough money. He has made
job that at the end of the day he's going to get fired.
Yeah, so whatever it is, you get it. So a lot of and Pep Guardiola, the Italian national team came for Pep. Pep said, "Look, I'm gonna take on a job. I still want to stay with my family. I don't need to work now."
You know what, my friends, so big they deal with that.
That means see where you go.
Now?
See where you go. So Pep has told the Italian national team that look, You know, they came
run from Italian mafia.
They came to discuss with him. They said, "Look, Pep Guardiola, we want to come and coach Italy," and he told them, "Man, no, I still want to stay with my family. I still want to rest. I want to keep on a job first. This on a job where we say 2 World Cup on a never qualify. You understand? Mona keep on." But even the English, you know, before they even took into care, even after the World Cup, they were still saying, look, they needed Pep Guardiola. In fact, majority of almost about 70.
I have one question: who doesn't want Pep?
Well, Real Madrid don't want him. So I can tell you for sure that Real Madrid does not want him.
It will surprise you.
Nah, lie.
It will surprise you.
Enyimba wants him.
But Ken, for the Italian job, it's not just about. I understand his reasons. He talked about his family and whatnot. I understand there was an issue with his wife not too long.
Of course, now there's a.
But at the same time, Ken, if you want to look at just like Nigerian football, it's not just about the national team. It's the entire process of Italian football and what Italian football has become. And for someone like like Pep, I mean, he would need.
He won't give me job.
No, you can. I believe in you actually.
You believe in me.
If you put a
make I go coach Napoli.
If you put a
the land of the mafia.
They will see.
We never coach Italian.
They will see your steering wheels. But I understand. See, it's about the entire structure of Italian football and what it has become, even up until now.
But actually, because you just walked in.
Yeah.
We started by talking about. We look at the national teams now.
Yeah.
That Jürgen Klopp has told the Germans.
Say,
if una try against man with me,
with Nagelsmann, I'm done.
Una take una job. I not beg. Yes. I not need them.
Yes.
I'm not on my knees.
Yes.
Then we are looking also that fine. At a point we are projecting that the Portuguese national side, probably by 2030, when they are co-hosting, we might have a Ronaldo Mourinho combo. Mourinho as the coach, Ronaldo as the captain player. Now they didn't win this World Cup, so that will be at 45. Opportunity.
Mourinho has a lot of respect for Ronaldo.
But leave this matter. When you reach your see the way you talk to lawyer. What they know employ.
Pep na check master, so there will not be any check.
There will not be any check
running any national team.
Pep and Mourinho, who don't spend money pass.
See, have you noticed that whenever people talk about Messi, talk about Pep, the first thing they want to do is to discredit them or to attribute their success to one team or the other, not based on their genius. But I understand. When the guy you're bashing is doing better than the guy you are supporting.
I don't even understand that analogy.
Okay,
I don't even understand that analogy.
So we talked about Portugal now. Portugal, that look, everybody thought probably Mourinho is going to Real Madrid now. We don't know. It's 3 years. He has a 3 years each. So probably by the third season each, after two seasons, he might go to the national team.
He would have done well by that time.
So of course, we just saw that Didier Deschamps, the man who took France to 3-way finals, he had just left. So basically, we are seeing Zinedine Zidane. We step into that. So Zinedine coming for France. A lot of young talk. I think if the talent team, I think, and the Pirlo, you say?
WAFCON. We have not talked about WAFCON.
Wait,
we talk about Mourinho.
No, I'm not talking Mourinho. We are talking about the nation. See, Jimmy, calm down.
I'm a patriot.
Jimmy, if you are a patriot, go wear skirt, go play for WAFCON. There's not be anything. So we are looking at Pirlo, the master free kick taker, the brain, another brain box of a midfielder. Coming in after Gattuso, after the general. Couldn't take them there. Gattuso's ways are different. But Pirlo's ways are, that is what we are saying, a thinking manager coming in to come and, tinker the team. So we are seeing a lot of new talks that are coming in from, of course, Spain. We have seen the prof, doing it there. Portugal, we are seeing a new man coming in. France, we are seeing a new man coming in. Italy, we are seeing a new man coming in. Germany, we are seeing a new man coming in. England, Tuchel just took over, just before the World Cup proposal, took them to the semi-finals. So all these are working towards the Euros, and then 2030 World Cup?
As far as I'm concerned,
The 2028 Euros.
It will still not matter.
Okay.
How the Iwokoní music. It's not by who you are signing. It's about, like Nelson has been talking about all these things since. It's about the structures you put.
We're talking about national teams.
Yes, we're talking about the same thing.
So are there European national teams that do not have structures?
Ken, the Italian national team
don't have structure
right now.
They don't have structure
right now. Does not have a proper structure.
They don't have
yes.
They did not win the Nations League a few years ago.
Ken,
not 3 years. I wish they won Nations League.
What did they make of it?
You see, understand? They might not have gone to the World Cup.
Game.
See. This game that they didn't go to this World Cup. Was it? Who did they play at the playoff? Was this which team they played? I think it was Bosnia. Was it Bosnia? So they were almost there.
And
that did you watch the game?
Nigeria won.
One game. Yeah, so that is the thing.
Nigeria won the AFCON in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
2 years after you were born.
No problem.
No, you were 2 years.
No problem.
You were still wearing
Nigeria didn't win the AFCON again until 2013, and have not won the AFCON again since that time.
No, we won 2013. We won 1994.
94, 2013.
You forgot 1981, 1980.
I wasn't born in 1980. No, because let's talk about when I was born. Because in my lifetime, over 30 years, Nigeria has won the AFCON.
Egypt has won the AFCON 7 times. Have they? Their profile higher than that of Nigeria in world football.
Ken, Egyptian league.
No.
See, because we talk about
their profile is higher.
See,
their profile is higher.
Their profile
is higher.
Egypt.
They have won more in terms of domestic leagues, right?
Listen.
In
world football,
they have Egypt now.
They are like Nigeria. They are like at Arsenal. They are like at Arsenal. They will make gra at home. When they enter Europe, whatever it is. 1934, they were the first country to represent Africa. You know, it is in 2026 the first time they got out of the group stage.
No problem. Drink water and calm down. Drink water and calm down. See,
we are going on a break.
Now I want to go on a break. Never. Jimmy, I do with you today. Never, no break. I will not take this on the show. What do you mean? What break?
We are going on break. Before you ask, have I not said we're going on break?
We will hijack this show for your hand. No worry. Let's go on break.
Before we hijack them.
Gen Z mutiny. You see this? You see them?
Where is the gavel? I need the gavel. Give me a gavel.
The nails have it.
We are going on a break now. Okay. We are going on a break now. Musical break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
And I've been falling for you. Like I've been running for
The voice. We are the info. The convo never stops. This is Midland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
the air. Suddenly I knew why I felt that way. The moment I laid eyes on you, girl, I just had to say, please let me be the one you give your love to. And we reminisce through all of this. Let's vow and make every day anew. September. September, when I first met you, remember? September, when I first met you, remember? Oh, what a night it was, how I had it planned. Things I would say and do, the way I'd hold your hand. But when you rushed into my arms, there was nothing left to say. I'll never forget that night. I'll never forget that day. September,
Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
Love
Yeah, I want to know what love is. I want to be where love is. Just show me love, man. That is what we're doing here on Sports City. We're live on Facebook. You join us on mainland 98.3 FM. Kenneth Chenogo is in the house. Nancy Ine is here. Catalan Tiabula is here. Of course, the man that shoot, I didn't say he shoot with Shakabula, he shoot with AK-47. Jimmy Kato. Evan, the house is full. And then at the turntable serenading you is Dr. Rio.
That song was released in 1954.
Yeah, I want to know what love is. Yeah,
play a song that was released when I was born. At least after I was born.
No, you see,
I beg.
Plays Azu.
The what? The ones that the ones that when they play after you were born, they're sweet ridges one.
Yeah, sweet pass.
Waiting. Rio, tell him, told him, let him understood. These ones are when they say classic for God bless you. Let me tell him. I want to know what love is. Oh, Agbami, I know you can show me. Yeah. The lines are open 0913600410. Today we've been talking about the MPFL, and now we did give you a go round. The breaking stories that in the world of sport. It is the silly season. That's what Jimmy calls it, where a lot of names are being thrown. All right, hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Godwin.
Now God will win.
Yes, longest time.
Anything you say, now God will win. Now God will win. God
my
will
greeting
win.
to the other wise men in the studio.
Yeah.
The solution to the football in Nigeria. You guys are too much. Okay, Kenneth. Years back.
Yeah.
We had a very good organized football in Nigeria. During that period, we had about Shooting Star, Abiola Base, Enugu Rangers. This is the Lion of Ugboko.
Yeah.
And we know the stars are coming out of those clubs. And they were properly organized. And at that time, the football have not so open or so globalized. People are not following it, but things are properly organized. But now that football now become like a tea in every family now, why are we retrogressing? Instead of progressing, we are retrogressing. And what is the cause? Who are the people who organized football at that time? And who are the people who destroyed the foundation, those people that lay at that time? Why the clubs are no longer strong? We don't have any good players coming out from those clubs anymore. Even the club itself, they are no longer functional as it used to be. What is the cause of it? That's my first question.
Okay. Let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. For those of us who can talk about football in the 70s, 80s, 90s, who can talk about the Jim Wobodos of this world, the Lecon Salamis of this world. There are the people that are so
Abiola.
MK Abiola came in. Yes, MK Abiola has Concord before Abiola Beam. So he had two clubs that he had. There is Flash Flamingos, who owned by Osakwe. There is Gabros, those are later days. There is Femo Scorpion of Erwa, so a lot of not just the male and the female. We can also go about the female teams then. That was in the 90s when the female football started, and you can now see a lot of ladies coming in to come and own all those things. As at that point in time, also before these individuals came in, the clubs were owned by corporate entities. In Lagos alone, you can go. There is the Lafa League. And then, there are Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. In fact, there was Lafa Division 4 before we have the National League. The National League didn't come up until after, because formally what they play was even as at 79, 80 before they started, you know, what they do is they come together. They will play in regions. Then they will have the final 4 teams will now come together to come and play. That was why when Shooting Stars won the Cup Winners' Cup in 1976. They won the Winners' Cup in 76 and also won the league in 1976. Yeah. Now, Rangers won the FA Cup in 1976. So, but when they now played, when they played in Ibadan, it was Rangers, Shooting Stars, ACB, and Water Corporation. So, Water Corporation came third. You know, in the Water Corporation came. The Shooting Stars won the league that year. It was the round robin. They won the league. They won the league that year. They won the Cup Winners' Cup and won the league. So they were supposed to go and represent Nigeria in the Champions Cup. You understand? Rangers, being the FA Cup champion, had to go to the Cup Winners' Cup. Now, do you know that Rangers, we entered Rangers, Shooting Stars, instead of leaving the Cup Winners' Cup to go and play the Champions Cup, choose to play the Cup Winners' Cup with Rangers in 1977. So we sent the 2 best teams that Nigeria had into the Cup Winners' Cup, leaving Water Corporation that came third to go and play the Champions Cup. They say it is better for them to defend their trophy than to go and play the Champions Cup. And let me now tell you something that's very, very, very funny. There was a friendly game, a warm-up game between Water Corporation and Rangers at the National Stadium when they were to go to on the continent. Do you know what happened? Rangers beat Water Corporation by 6-0. That was a team that was going to represent us at the Champions Cup then. So at a point we're getting it right. The strength of the league was that our players were not going out. So the best of the players can play 20 years, 10 years, 15 years in the league. But right now, before amateur, as they are entering the academies, before they are 16, 17, Otilo, if you play the league, yes.
But the question I'm asking is,
yes,
who are the destroyers of those foundations? Because number one,
yes,
you talk about the corporate organizations that are coming to football.
Where are they? Where are they now? Where are they now?
Where are they?
That is it. There is no more corporate. Those who are supporting football are no longer there. Where is Berek? Where is Ibwa? Where is NSSL? Where is the whatever Nigeria in a vacuum? STB has their club. National Bank has their club. That's where ODA came from. You understand? We have ACB, Herring Osu. We have Mondo Diaka. Yes. We have Mondo Diaka. We have all these players that are coming. So the corporations that we talk about Flash Flamingos. Osakwe was a senator. He's no more. They are all late. So even of recent, Sᴘᴏ used to have a club. He's no. So most of this, but there are no more corporate entities where these things are coming from. So when the clubs, plus whenever chop, we won't go play ball. Not the way the way they work. When the company is making profit, they were using football as social corporate responsibility. But right now, the clubs are even those companies are not. We're not talking about is trying to survive. They're not there in existence.
They are nowhere to be found.
They're nowhere to be found. So
I had your guest that you brought that was trying to analyze how they are trying to organize the EPL.
Yeah.
Where
MPFL.
now
MPFL. Yeah.
Okay, MPFL.
Yeah.
You know, EPL don't master our mouth. Now he kill elephant with mouth. Tell him that we are butcher it with EL. You should make sure that he do the right thing.
If we do it, that is their job. That is their job.
So let it be, because it's bad for a lot. There are a lot of talent on the street. Go anywhere, see good football, but there is no way to soak their talent. Nigeria, we are so blessed.
Yeah.
So let them reorganize the football for us. That's my submission, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Godwin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's Godwin. Nelson, so now you want to get. Now, I want to kill the elephant. I mean, I don't catch him. When I don't catch the elephant, they went to. You put somebody they kill animal, but they chop food, they chop beef. There's a cruelty to animal. Don't do it. So I don't know how they chop the animal. They don't eat it live. All right, let's do the next caller. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Okay. I'm not answering the call. Tio is here. Tio, you can take that call. Lawale is on the line.
My guy. How you doing now? I'm fantastic. You don't miss me, Abi? You can't even say convincingly. Wale traumatized. Wale, okay, Wale, you know you do for me. Before you even say anything, just send me your details. Then let her recharge your line.
Hey, Wale. Hey, they want to recharge your line, no.
Just send me your details.
See power. Hey,
so that you'll be comfortable talking on the show.
Bribery and corruption. Wale won't finish you. You don't begin bribe Wale.
Wale don't want finish me. Wale no fit talk. Wale they fear.
Wale on Thursday. Wale called in. Wale say saying go call in. That is why you are high, and he saying you didn't know where you did.
Oga Ken.
Yeah.
Oga Ken say me fear God. Wale, don't worry, Oga Ken will not come between me and you. I deal with you 100%. Just send in your details. So have you been listening to the program?
I joined you guys when the man that was talking about.
Yeah, his name is Nelson. His name is Nelson. So maybe that they call him the man. Nelson Ine, that is his name. Nelson.
Man. Even a man.
This Wale. Okay, you said a man. We're not going to call your name again. If anytime you call it, say you be the man. Because we're not going to not get name. Loruko. You see your mouth.
I'll introduce myself.
So Wale, talk to me. What's your contribution, please? I'm listening.
He talks a lot about the MPFL, but to me, comparing the MPFL with the other league, he mentioned in English Premiership, I think they are so wide. I don't know how would I know.
You're talking about the gap, yeah?
Yeah. So the gap is too much. So a lot has to be done. People are not like going out to watch this MPFL game, and you expect the club to pay them 2 million each player 2 million naira. So I don't think, where are they going to get the money? The question has not been answered to me, because if you ask any one of them now, they will not give you a very a very good answer, or should I say genuine answer to that question. They will not give, because now I don't think in attendance the MPL or the club always get like 5,000 fans in attendance. I don't think most of them can boast of that. So how will they get the money? How will they get 20 million naira? To we are talking about like 20, 25 players in a team. How will they? Where would they get the money from? Calculate that for 12 months. Where would they get the money?
He said, "Look, understand one thing, Wale. I don't want to cut you off, of course, because we have the time. The time we get on the short now. But just listen. He will be here. We are going to bring him again before the league starts.
Let me just say something about Ndidi. I think Ndidi should just go to Saudi Arabia
and collect that money, Abi.
Just go and collect that.
Your head the ring. When you come to money, I trust you. You are the best advice anybody can have.
No, easy. Except you are just like lying to ourselves.
Exactly.
Nigerian players, they have a way of like reducing their age. May we not lie. Now, Ndidi is 29. For that is football. I think his real age might be like 35.
Now you born him.
I know.
Wale.
No, I don't know.
Wale, now you born now. Now you born now. You they talk with you. I don't strike out that word where you talk on the record.
Okay, don't strike out.
I don't strike him off. Yes.
Come more time.
I don't come out time.
Me, I'll just tell him as a brother. Indeed, go to Saudi and collect.
The way you talk down, thank you. We go tell him.
And good one.
All right. See you.
Jürgen Klopp said.
Oh, okay, Jürgen Klopp. Yeah, he's about Jürgen Klopp.
Jürgen Klopp now.
Okay.
I think you know what
it's okay. It's all right because we're about going today. But just send your details to him. Send your details to.
I'm going.
They go now.
While I deal with you, 100%. No worry.
I'm testing. I know Mr. Ken is just trying push me away. I'm going. No problem.
Go.
I'm going.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, we're not taking just one more call. So that
I think Wale is one of many.
Okay, hello. Okay, Molara, how are you?
Fine.
Okay.
I want to answer a question.
Molara wants to answer a question. Okay, Molara, let us ask you this question on this past World Cup.
Who scored the winning goal in the finals of the World Cup?
You say what?
You say who scored the goal? Who scored the winning goal in the final? The final between Argentina and Spain. Who scored the goal?
Me, Mama, someone can go.
But that is the last. That is the last goal in the World Cup. You should know. How the goal then score from beginning? That was the most important goal. Is you follow the World Cup?
Give me option now.
No, the option no day. Option okay.
The question is too big for me now.
You not big. You small.
Big.
Kirinou, you're very, very big.
Oh yeah, give an option now.
All right. The first option, Fernando Torres. Second option, Ferran Torres. Third option, Fernando Isco.
Fourth option.
No, there are three options. Don't give her three. Okay. Fernando Torres. What's the other one? What's the other one name?
Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres. And then
Ferran Torres.
And Ferran Isco.
Ferran Isco.
Okay. Call back on Thursday. All right, Nelson, we just have a few seconds to go from the studio. 2 more minutes and we are off here. Oh yeah, talk to them. What to experience? Just wrap and up. I can't debate now. 67. We are going to bring you back. We will bring you back here before the league starts. The moment the report is out, we might even bring him next week or 2 weeks time. We'll bring him the moment the report is out. So we'll come and discuss each item in the report.
No problem. I'll always be willing to come. Well, what I will tell Nigerians is. They should just be very hopeful about the future of the MPFL. We are working, we are not relenting. GTI, through the vehicle of the Nigerian Football Fund, is doing its best, working with the MPFL board and the Nigerian Football Federation to ensure that we reposition our Nigerian Premier Football League to be one of the best in the continent, and also to be able to retain a lot of these talents in our club side so that our clubs can do very well at the continent, and some of these players can also feature prominently in the national team.
Okay.
So it's a collective work. All of us, all hands must be on deck to achieve the objective. With the support of everyone and cooperation, I believe it is not beyond Nigerians. I'm very convinced Nigerians have this spirit. Anything they are determined to do, once they get the flow and understand the direction, we always excel. And I can't see the MPFL being an exception.
Okay, all right. Jimmy is
from being 10 times winner to being 11 times
not down winner.
I believe that the Super
Falcons can do it. Okay, Theo.
Super Falcons said that they had their stuff stolen in the hotel. But they were lodged.
Now money than thief, not stuff.
Money or something now. They had stuff stolen. Okay, we're only hoping that the antics that was pulled off at the last WAFCON does not happen again.
Okay, the first one I thought, well, this one are money. All right, that is where we are today. It's been fun as usual. Today we ended by 5:06 p.m. Next week it's also 5 o'clock. So after then we will have your rendezvous of 6 p.m. But until we reach your way again, probably let's hope mission XI mission 11 for every position in the team. The Super Falcons will have won, and this time it is going with $2 million. Until on Thursday, I am and I remain Ken Oceanogo, and like we say it, God bless Nigeria.